Welcome, Tanmay, and thank you for willing to share your experiences of your whole MS journey with me. Um, so, just to give you an idea, the whole objective of this conversation is to understand from the time you actually decided to apply for your masters till the time you graduated, and now that you're working, how has been your entire journey and experience? So, I
Yes.
remember you were a PICT student, Pune Institute of Computer Technology. And I still remember our first initial conversation when you were an EXTC student and whole focus was to do something that is not really tech oriented, not to get out of the whole tech thing. EXTC was something you were not really interested, and you wanted to do something on the business management side. Right. So where all did you apply? Where all did you have admits from?
Yeah, so I had admits from Stevens Institute of Technology, UNCC Charlotte,
Okay.
uh, UMBC, University of Baltimore, Maryland,
Mhm.
and of course NYU MOT.
Right.
That's the program which I chose.
Right. So why did you how did you finalize on NYU?
Yeah. So basically, there were several reasons why I finalized NYU. Uh, I was in Pune for my engineering, so I was always in the city. I wanted to do my masters in city, so that
Okay.
I like that atmosphere. I feel that I thrive in that kind of atmosphere. So that's one of the reasons that I want to be in city. And East Coast being a little bit more faster, and I am from Pune and then Mumbai, so I thought that will suit me. The primary reason was the program. As you mentioned, I am from electronics and telecommunication background, and I wanted to get away from that. It's not like I didn't like it, but I knew that I would not do it for maybe 10-15 years. So I wanted to explore a little bit. This program of NYU, it gave a little bit different perspective than other MEM programs that I applied for. So it had a more management oriented courses. So, for example, it was like the one of the pillar was economics and business. So I can understand about that factor. Then analytics, product management, program management, entrepreneurship. So I guess these pillars and these areas which I wanted to explore were available in the program. One more important thing was that being an NYU MOT student, you can take two courses from the NYU Stern School of Business. So I guess that was a very big win-win situation for me. Uh, because of that, I got more interested and inclined towards that program. So uh, all the courses you take in NYU, you sit in the NYU School of Engineering Management, and then you come to the Stern School of Business, where you actually sit with the people who are doing an MBA. So yeah, that I guess these two factors, and of course the alumni network and everything, led me to choose NYU as my first option.
Did you take any courses from the Stern School of Business?
Yes, I
What
did take.
courses did you take?
Yeah, I took 1.5, like a small course of management. I guess it was more like an intro of product management, but the other course I took, that was data science for business. So I wanted to understand how can data be helpful in making business decisions. So I guess it really helped me more than the program material, the course material. I guess the atmosphere in the classroom that really helped me. I got connected to a lot of people from different background during that course, and I'm connected to them. So I guess that was the key takeaway from that course.
Okay. And I remember, when you were in India, while you were in India, you had your own startup. You were also a lot into writing and developing content. Your startup was also into online. It had an online store that kind of sold posters, Postericon. You designed and sold posters. So how did that experience help you in your whole? Because you said one of the reasons why you wanted to go to NYU was because it offered courses on the management and including entrepreneurship side. So how did that
Yes.
experience help you add value to yourself when you actually took these courses?
Yeah, I guess this is a good question. So I'll quickly tell you the background. So I was in AITC, but I wanted to do something else. So I started experimenting, and then one fine day I bumped up into a digital marketing course on YouTube, and I started doing that. I became a lot more interested in that. I understood how the marketing and like how digital marketing can actually change, make or break a business. So to experiment that also, I founded a small startup, and
Okay.
then I applied the concept which I learned.
Hmm.
Uh, it was not for money at that time. It was for I just want to learn and make mistakes and then grow in general. While I was
But you
doing
made
that,
money also, right?
I, that was the byproduct of it. But yes, so there were few things like the mistakes which I made. Not mistakes, but for example, I used to do like around 50 to 60 shipments per day.
Hmm.
So, like maybe in 1 2 years, in total I shipped around like 5,000 6,000 orders.
Hmm.
That's what I. So I had a lot of data, and then I started hearing a lot about how data analytics can shape the business.
Okay.
So I started exploring that domain too, and because of that, I wanted to pursue my master's. Okay, let's see what I can learn and how I can grow in my career when it
Hmm.
comes to. And of course, if you are doing a business, you have to be an excellent manager. Not even like not only people manager, but also your own manager itself. So I
Hmm.
wanted to learn that also, and I guess something clicked inside me, and then I decided that let's pursue master and see what life has to offer after that.
Okay. So, any other special additional preparation that you did before you joined NYU in terms of any other online courses or something else that you did?
Yeah, this is again like a really good question. I definitely did a lot of preparation before starting my masters.
Hmm.
Uh, I guess so firstly, I got connected to the alumni and the current student as soon as I chose that okay, let's final NYU. Because of them, I got to know a lot about the program itself, like what is actually happening inside the classroom,
Hmm.
and from those insights, I thought okay, it means that I need to learn. Of course, I wanted to get away from tech, but you should have a little bit background of an understanding of technology. So I learned a little bit of basic Python, basic SQL, and some data visualization software. So at that time, I guess I learned Tableau. I fell in love with Tableau, so I liked it. So I
Okay.
decided these are the courses which I will take in the first semester, second semester. And again, I watched a lot of content on YouTube related to New York City and any other video or business video that came across my feed because I thought the more I watch content, the more I'll come to know that okay, what's happening in the city. So
Hmm.
I guess, and then of course, like the third thing, I relaxed. I took a lot of rest because I wanted to be ready when I land in the US and then start my course. So these were the three things.
Hmm.
And I would definitely advise that start preparing as soon as you finalize the university because people are way ahead of you and they get ahead of you. So we have to be aware of what's happening in and around us and what is going to happen.
Hmm.
So yeah, that helped.
So, when you actually landed in New York City and then eventually went to NYU, uh, were there any surprises or whatever research you had done about the city and the university was as per your expectations, or you still feel that there is still a lot to know and the YouTube videos taught you only maybe a small percentage of it, or you were kind of more aware of what NYU had to offer?
Yeah, I guess of course like there were a lot of surprises. I believe, I personally believe in doing a lot of preparation without jump like when you are about to jump into something new. Uh, the first surprise for me when it comes to the class itself was the interactive nature of the class. In India, when I did my engineering or when we go to school, it's like the professor teaches us and we are the one. It's a one-way communication. Here, it was two-way. And then what surprised me is that people actually participate in the class discussions which happen with the professor, and then they are not very they don't fear judgment of other people, and they were very free. So I guess that was one surprise, and I quickly got adapted to it. The other surprise was for me, it's not academics, but a lot of common jargons that people use when you in everyday life. So I started observing and picking up those words and the what they the common people in general talk here, because that really helps to understand the culture and how people function in general. So these were the things which I did when I came to the US. But of course, it was a little bit surprising, a lot of culture shocks, and then it took time to adjust.
Okay. And then when it came to your career search, obviously there was COVID also happening in between. You went in 2019 and then 2019 fall, right? You started
Yes.
your program, yeah. And then maybe in almost 6-7 months, the whole 2020 start. We had COVID hitting. So how did that, or even otherwise, what did you do in terms of your career search? You are currently working at Amazon, right?
Yes. Yes.
So, and this Amazon was your first job.
No, second job.
Okay. So, how
Yeah.
did your career take off from there? I mean, after NYU.
Yeah. So I came here in fall of 2019, and while I was searching my internship, COVID happened. So everything changed. All the positions, all the companies which were hiring, they stopped. But luckily, I was able to find an internship. And then when I graduated, after graduation, maybe next month, like July, I got an offer from CVS Health as a project manager. I worked there for 6 months, but and then I was still not that satisfied. Of course, I was very happy with the job over there, but I wanted to do something more challenging and a little bit more fun and interesting. So I started again the whole job search process. So I would say I did the job search process 3 times, one for internship and two for full time jobs. And then right now I feel that I am finally settled at Amazon, and here I really like and enjoy my job.
Okay. And what is your role at Amazon like? I mean, what do you do at Amazon in a nutshell?
Yes. So to be very precise, my role at Amazon is a program manager role. So it's like in one sentence, if I would put it as it's like solving problems. That's it.
Okay.
Like I grocery department of Amazon, and in that also I take care of finance and real estate of
Okay.
those new stores and new warehouses. So I
Okay.
guess there are different problems and we try to solve them. So therefore, it's very fun and interesting. I get to visit sites, warehouses, and then talk to associates, delivery drivers, and all those kinds, and then take their feedback and try to make their life easier and make the company profitable.
So, I mean, I have heard, and a lot of students actually tell me that to get into a management kind of a role, the kind of, say, a program management or product management role, is a little difficult unless you come with a lot of experience. And you did not have, I mean, you had some experience, and that was more of managing your own entrepreneurial setup, but nothing very core in a big company as a product manager, or nothing in those kind of domains. So how did you find it really difficult to get into a program, because even with CVS Health you were in the product
Project.
management or project management kind of a role, and now again you're in the program management role. So was it really difficult to break into that career, or get a break there, or was it kind of easy for you?
Yeah, you are right. Definitely, for management roles, the companies require that you should have a lot of experience. But in my case, it was I feel that initially it was difficult. For the first 3 to 4 months, I only got rejects. Even if I went till the last round, I had got feedback a lot of times that okay, we took someone who has more experience than you,
Okay.
but that I have come so far, and I would really want to do a job where I truly enjoy, and
Okay.
not because I just want a job. So I mean, I just kept trying and trying. It was of course, a little bit difficult. But then I understood, like after 3 4 months, that I reframed my whole portfolio, my resume, and everything. The way I answered, I sounded a little more, a person who comes with a lot of experience. Tweaked my answers, and then I guess I started seeing some positive results.
Okay.
So, and of course, like last thing I would want to say in this case is that you want to convince the interviewer that okay, you are the person who can do this. So I guess when you start convincing those people, see, this is all trust game. Getting a job and giving a job and taking a job. I
Right.
should trust, and why should I trust this person? So I cracked that. It took me a lot of efforts, but
Hmm.
yeah, it's a little bit difficult, but it's not impossible, I would say.
Okay. And again, in your whole job search or internship search experience, what were the major factors? I mean, was it more of the NYU brand, or maybe the fact that you were in New York City, or was it more of a networking effort, or kind of a combination of all equally?
Yeah, I mean, it was a combination of all, definitely. Uh, what I have realized is that everybody has their own journey. You have to understand what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are. In my case, I knew that I would not, like, I'm not a person who sits at one place and can, apply for hours and hours and reach out to people on email. Of course, I did that too. But
Hmm.
I am someone who likes to talk to people, who likes to network. So I started doing one thing, that networking with purpose. It's not like I'm just going and talking. I do that too. But then when there were career fairs or any, for example, if any company or people visited the campus, I used to study their whole background till the so once I remember that I had researched about the the name of the dog of the CEO. So I researched that kind of like in depth, and then I used to talk to them. So I guess that instantly helped me build a connection. Of
Okay.
course, that's my style, but then of course there are people who did their own way, and then they also got a job. So yeah.
Okay. Hmm. Okay. So, anything that you felt that you found it really challenging whole, I mean, the whole during the whole, not just the job search, but in terms of your MS journey, or something that you found really difficult, or you thought you didn't like it much, anything that you felt was kind of you had to change yourself or put in a lot of efforts to adjust or something?
Yes, I mean there is. I mean not very challenging, but I guess we have to do a little bit of tweaks and adjustments in your personality, in the way you approach people, in the way you study. So I did those. Initially, it was a little bit challenging. I would say when it came to uh, like talking in the class, presenting my own views, and trying to make a point. So I guess these are, like, of course, to summarize everything, soft skills were initially a challenge, and then later, and then of course, like, you have to try till you break it, till you break the barrier. So I guess the journey from starting to breaking the barrier, maybe getting the first internship, that was a little bit challenging. There was nothing that I didn't like, because I feel that everything is experience. So I try to enjoy uh, that phase. It was cut short because of COVID, but till when we were in campus, I really enjoyed it. Later also I enjoyed, but of course, like, it makes a little bit challenging when you are all online, because before COVID we had our project discussions in the classroom in the library,
Hmm.
and then it online. So I guess there it comes a little bit becomes a little bit challenging.
Okay. And I mean, but in terms of the courses, you found that they were kind of okay in terms of they were not too difficult. Nothing was really very difficult that you had to, you could not manage or something like that in terms of the course load.
If you Yeah, I mean, for me, I predominantly chose few subjects, few courses which were really challenging, which were really tough, and the
Okay.
professor in the US, you can read about the professor, you can get to know their background, that okay, how hard, like, how are they in giving grades.
Okay.
But I thought, let's try that too. There were the product management course which I did was
Hmm.
really. I also did one technical course that was machine learning. For me, it was new. So I did a little bit of coding in that. So I learned that too. So few assignments here and there, they were challenging.
Mhm.
But other than that, I think that if you come from a engineering background, it's doable. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And any final things that, I mean, there are a lot of students who would be joining not just NYU but in general going for their masters this coming fall and eventually later as well. So, what would you suggest that some as a added preparation that you need to do before you leave? Anything that you would say that and something that can help them while they are there as well in terms of networking, job search, internship search, careers.
Yes, yeah. So before you leave, I guess the things which I did, talking to a lot of people, that really helps.
Hmm.
And then just, relaxing and trying to understand how you are as a person, what is unique in you,
Hmm.
what can you sell when you come to the US. That's important. And then taking some rest before you start. Because once you start, it's never ending. That's what I have figured. So, but when you come here, again, like structuring your preparation is very important. That okay, things being like I should have a killer resume, a very great LinkedIn profile, and then I should also dedicate time every day, each and every day, to reach out to a lot of people in
Okay.
your domain you are interested in, and then of course identifying your unique point and then trying to pitch this to the people in general.
And given the current job market in the US with a lot of uncertainty, both in terms of getting jobs and then in getting a job and then getting laid off. I mean, even Amazon, I'm sure I mean, there were a lot of layoffs with Amazon and job offers being called back. Uh,
Yeah.
so even now while working, how much efforts do you put in, or do you think one should put in to just be ready for these kind of challenges and upskill yourself on an ongoing basis rather than being, because I know 25 years back, once you have a job you just had a job, nobody used to fire you. I mean, very rare, those things were rare, but currently things are not certain, right, in terms of, and plus then there are those H1B visa challenges and all those things. So given all
Yeah.
these factors, what do you think, I mean, do you do something just to stay ahead of the game? Okay.
Yeah, this is a really nice question. So, of course, everywhere right now there's uncertainty. Like, unfortunately, two people from my team also got laid off
Okay.
in the second wave of Amazon layoffs, and now there's third. Wave. So, of course, it is very scary sometimes.
Hmm.
But what so that you should always keep backing yourself that okay, you are doing something good. And of course, now the upskilling part, yes, I definitely dedicate my weekends and especially Sunday to learn something new. And also, I have, you should be prepared always. I believe in that.
Right.
So I do this. When you are prepared, you are confident, and even if you get laid off tomorrow, you know that you are prepared, so you can start applying and do that process again.
Hmm.
Uh, layoffs, market conditions, and these things, these are not in our hands. So I don't think a lot about it because if I think a lot about it, it will start hampering my performance, day to day
Correct.
performance.
Correct.
Try to stay away from the news also a lot of times,
Hmm.
but yeah, you should be aware of what you are doing and what you want to do in the future.
Hmm.
So yeah, I am prepared, and also preparing, maybe like just will try to give some interviews in the coming weeks if needed, if I think there is some, a lot of uncertainty coming to us. But I feel that it's almost end, maybe 6 7 months, and then later again it will start to, the market will get good. So I am just trying and holding the spot. H1B situation, in Amazon it is not a big issue because they file it for you. So I am waiting for my second attempt results. I guess
Hmm.
the lottery, they will be anytime soon, maybe next week.
Okay.
So yeah, that's what I do apart from working 9 to 5.
Okay. Okay. Well, I think anything that you would like to add, because I think that's all. I just wanted to have a quick discussion with you, and that was definitely very informative and useful. But anything else that you would like to add, or
No, I just want to thank you because like creating this content and then putting this out. I guess that's important too. So you are doing something which I really look forward to. If so, for example, if tomorrow I want to become a product manager, I will go and search for interviews and interaction with people. So I guess this really helps. So thanks for that. I guess the points which I mentioned earlier, that it's all about being prepared and giving your 100% always. So that really helps. If that's what I wanted to add. But yeah, one thing I always add is that you should enjoy. If you are not enjoying the process, if you are not enjoying the preparation, then it's not for you. That's I would do
Mhm.
with.
Yeah. Right. I mean, the whole idea of this discussion is just to give students who are actually planning to go to the US, I mean, a sense of reality. It's not that, just to paint a rosy picture or show them away. I mean, just try to scare them. That's not the intent. But just a real, I mean, one on one conversation with my students so that they kind of know what the reality is, what kind of preparation they need to do. And of course, everybody's situation will be different, everybody's skill sets, interest will be different. But in general, just to get a feeler of how things are, what did you do that worked for you, what challenges did you face, kind of thing. So thank you
Yes.
for joining this discussion. And if you still have something that you would like to add, to message me, and then we'll probably do another small recording and add it to this. Okay,
Okay. Yes.
sure, yeah.
Thank
Okay,
you.
chalo, bye,
Yep.
thanks.